stay on time, so I'm going to just jump right in. Our second panel is about mergers and acquisitions in capital markets in China. I'm Sean Griffith. I teach corporations and M&A here at Fordham Law School. I direct the Fordham Corporate Law Center. And I'll just tell you something else about myself. I can't fight with my wife without PowerPoint slides. So rather than rely on my wits to introduce this panel, I thought I would show a few PowerPoints. The source of these PowerPoints is an NYU Stern School, Wachtell-Lipton, University of Beijing, I think, of a cooperative study on cross-border mergers in China. Cross-border mergers. And so I have just 3 or 4 slides, and then I'll turn it over to our panelists and have the opportunity for everyone to react to some stuff. So this first slide just shows global regions of M&A activity in the 2007 to 2011 period, so immediate post-crisis period, and then also last year in 2012. What it shows, I guess, is that it sort of gives us a sense of what we're talking about when we talk about Chinese M&A activity. In the earlier period, represents about 6% of global deal volume, and then this more recent period is a little more than 7%. The United States stays steady, and Europe goes down. Now, what's interesting to me, at least, is that the cross-border, the data source divides merger activity from developed into emerging markets and emerging markets into developed economies. And that's on this slide. So what this slide shows, I think, if I can characterize it correctly, is that deal volume from developed into emerging economies is going down. It's gone down a little bit. And it's plateaued somewhat, but it's a steady but slightly downtrend. But deal volume from emerging economies, where the merger target is a developed economy company, has gone up. In the last, I guess, a steady trend for the last 4 years. And now specifically China. So I have my next slide is about India. We can compare and then come back to China, but because people often think of China and India at least in one breath. And so here, what does this show? Well, here we have that inbound-outbound paradigm again, and just looking specifically at Chinese deals. And so first, the top part of the graph shows inbound Chinese deal volume, and it's falling a little bit, or falls a little bit from 11 to 12, but 11 is up from 9 and 10. But what does the bottom one show? And that's one, I guess, that I wanted to try to focus on and sort of throw out to our panelists as a beginning topic. The outbound Chinese deal volume has been steadily increasing, and that might be something to talk about. Just to compare China and India, I mean, these might be apples and oranges, and I don't know, apples and apples, apples and pears. But what it suggests is that Indian inbound deal volume shrinking, but notice Indian outbound deal volume is not going up like the Chinese outbound deal volume. So it suggests that there is something different going on here. We have a distinguished panel to comment on these and other M&A related issues, and I'm just going to sit down and let them get to it.